Hi, my name is Abhishek Rajagopal. I'm one of the co-founders at Togai. Today we're looking at Reddit and trying to answer questions that users have primarily around usage-based pricing. That is a communication company, just like we spoke about in the last example, and they are asking about how to do credit-based versus pay-as-you-go. Credit-based essentially is when a customer prepays and buys a certain amount of credit, and then as they use, the credit keeps getting deducted till it goes to zero, and they get to top up whenever they want. And a pay-as-you-go is a customer uses the product as they want and then essentially pays based on the total usage. So this question is actually much less to do with usage-based pricing as against to do with collections. And the answer to this question will completely depend on the kind of audience that you're serving and your ability to collect money from them, right? So let's say you're serving enterprises where your payment cycles are fairly standard and you don't have any worries about them defaulting on payments. Then a pay-as-you-go model works fine because you're essentially incentivizing them to use your product more without having to think about the balances, and you're fairly certain that you're going to get paid at the end of every month because your usage might be very large and the bills might be larger, right? But let's say you're serving customers, single users, or like smaller companies where payment default is pretty high, then even though by constricting them with a credit-based model, the risk reward here is that you have somebody who might use pay-as-go and eventually not end up paying or having a default occurring. So then you're better off actually having a credit-based model. So I think completely depends on your ICP. Larger companies don't want to constrict them by having credit-based and getting them to use lesser or getting them more touch points where they have to keep topping up your balances at regular intervals. Smaller companies where you don't see the usage to be very, very large, go credit-based, right? If I were you, what I would do is actually start off with the existing credit-based model and then obviously make exceptions for larger companies to go a pay-as-you-go, because instead of having a standard pay-as-you-go model to start off.